So today marks the allegedly final installment of this Building Your Spiritual War Chest series. And so the first series we opened up was about the power of prayer. And then we went to talk about ancestors and Ori, meaning our root chakra and our crown chakra. And then we went on to speak about the power of the tongue. And the final one, oh, that was the final one. I took a break because I was really tired today. So I was doing back-to-back live on Sunday, then Monday, and I couldn't. I was exhausted. So I took a break. The moon came up. I did that series, and now we're circling back here now, trying to close this out with spiritual hygiene and how to find ways to protect yourself because spiritual warfare doesn't necessarily look like people hijacking. Spiritual warfare doesn't necessarily have to look like people casting spells on you actively. It doesn't have to look like people sitting in a dark room doing something, working some sort of magic or juju. Spiritual warfare can be as simple as you walking your path and people hating on you and being like, screw her, or who she thinks she is, who they think they are, why they doing that. It can be something as simple as that. Spiritual warfare can also be the chaos that we've seen on a global level. Um, the chaos that we're seeing going on in just this war. It seems like a lot of times. Okay, so that's what I wanted to circle back on. Today is Ojo Jacuta, and on the 3rd we had that pause for Venezuela that we were doing because of all the chaos that was happening. That was Ojo Jacuta. And I was letting y'all know that I would circle back on when another Ojo Jacuta was to let y'all know what was happening. So today we have a woman who was murdered by ICE in Minneapolis. She was a white woman, 37. I'm about to be 37 next month. She had a 4-year-old son who allegedly lost his father 2 years ago. Um, She was allegedly also married to a woman, so she's part of the queer community. And so there's just a lot of chaos happening on an energetic level. And what that does for us on a spiritual realm, because first of all, everything is just spiritually before it manifests here on this physical world, it's creating a lot of different ways for us to get outside of ourselves and get completely focused on other realities because there's so many different things. Like I've just posted a note on this. There's so many different things to be outraged for. And we are valid to be outraged on every single bit and piece of it. And all of that keeps us from focus on ourselves, from giving to ourselves, to even know what our action and our clarity need to be. Because not only do we have this stuff happening globally, nationally, we also have our own lives happening. And Misha, you just mentioned that you just experienced spiritual warfare today. So it's like, imagine getting attacked by people in your day-to-day life, and you have to also look out, pay attention to the news and do all this jazz. So there's a lot of chaotic stuff happening. Um, and there's just a lot of it's easy to get pulled in different directions. It's easy to not give into yourself and not pour into yourself. It's easy to not be conscious of the fact that we're in a spiritual warfare at all times. And it's easy to let spiritual hygiene go. It's a routine for us to get up, brush our teeth, bathe, put on new sets of clothes, wash our face, that jazz. It's not necessarily easy for us to remember to take care of ourselves spiritually. So, who are we talking about? Um, um, Because it seems like we have some spiritual warfare happening here, and this is live. Oh, I noticed some things too. Okay. Oh, what happened? Okay. So we're gonna talk about shucks. Sh no, 'cause I see things and then I just go off of camera because I don't wanna be rude. But cool, we'll talk Friday. But, I don't wanna be rude. But it's interesting that we say that because awareness is the first step of spiritual hygiene and protecting yourself, right? Um, awareness in itself is a form of awareness in itself is a form of spiritual hygiene, right? I love to say that awareness is like step one of just being aware of the different energies that are around you. First of all, what's happening, I like to be aware of what's happening with the moon a lot because, again, I always say it's the energy that's most closest to us. And I also like to be aware of my own personal shifts that are happening in my natal and my just emotional world. That self awareness allows you to be aware of other people's energies and to kind of read on them and pick up on them instantaneously to know if their energy is in aligned with you or not aligned. I don't want to say good or bad because I don't want fear to be associated with it. And I want us to kind of let go of the idea of good versus bad. Now, there are sometimes things are just evil. And then also, there's just some things that are simply not aligned. And they can be good for them, but it ain't good for me. And holding those boundaries and knowing where we need to be aware. um, Y'all are cracking me up. Knowing what we need to be aware to keep those boundaries is most important. So, I talked about Ojo Jakuta a bit on Sunday or Saturday, whenever the third was, Saturday. And today is the 7th, another Ojo Jakuta day. And again, it is big Shango energy. And that day, they had the whole Venezuela attack. Today, they have the Minnesota thing happening. And I just want, this is an example of energy moving despite people really knowing what's happening because again Shango is a warrior fire, very hot energy. Shango is an Orisha known for getting angry. He is an Orisha known for divine justice. So it's not surprising that on these days, for me at least, we have a lot of hot energy happening that's continuing to happen. A lot of news and outbreaks of these things continuing to happen. So I'm just sharing that because on a Orisha standpoint, those energies that are happening, I always like to be aware of what energy is ruling the day in that way. It helps me to know how I should move. And while I'm very grateful that tomorrow we have a Batala Day and Ancestors Day to kind of cool everything that's happening today off. So with that being said, I'm going to go into just simple ways that we can stay spiritually hygienic and simple ways in which we can remain aware. So I've shared a lot of times, and then I'm going to do a meditation that will walk us through literally the areas in our home, in our cars, if we have them outside of our homes, around our homes, to really sit in and feel in those things to see what the energy of those things are, what we need to be maybe let go of, or what we may need to add to a space to elevate the energy because our outer worlds impact our energy, our inner worlds, our spiritual world. So we're going to do all of that today. So first things first, I kind of want to give an overview of the different herbs. I mentioned a lot of times that I don't necessarily use sage, and I'm not anti-sage for all of those who are sage girlies out there. I love Palo Santo, though, way more. Sage allows oftentimes, depending on what type of energy you're working with, if you're working with energy a lot, it will more so confuse the energy than it will release the energy and just take it away completely. That's why a lot of people, when they're like saging, they'll do it for outside ceremonies, which makes sense. But but there's a lot of times where they're like lit up the windows and things like that because it is a outside herb to work with, um, to be most potent. And it's very important if you're going to sage. I don't care what the weather is. If you lit a sage bundle, open up them windows and them doors and let it out. Um, yeah, that's very important to garnet yourself because it's a lot that goes on with sage, especially since there are a lot of indigenous people who are also attempting to say or who have said that it is considered, what's that word, cultural appropriation to use it. Now, I can't speak on that, but that's what they said. And they also said that the shells, if you ever burnt something in the shells, I can never pronounce the word, but that's a part of their culture that they're claiming is cultural appropriation for them for us to use. So I'm going to talk about other herbs that are also beneficial for cleansing, like lavender, surprisingly, rosemary, different incense. I love Palo Santo again. And there's also a herb called open mouth. It's an African herb that I've used. This is a herb, Goweh, Goweh. It is from Cameroon. Um, it keeps away negative and evil protection and purification. I love that one. Smells really bad, but it's really good. And this is another one that I love. This is my most favorite. Whenever you see me burning something, 9 times out of 10 is this. Tasagahi, also known as African sage. Spell blocking, protection, cleansing and clearing, purification. This is something that I use and I burn in, I use a cauldron. You can use the shells if it's aligned with you because when it comes to being indigenous in America, yeah. And so you can also use anything that's like cast iron shaped or that can handle and sustain a charcoal being burned on it. So I just light a charcoal, wait for it to get gray, and then I put my herbs on it. Cleansing sounds, like your voice can cast out things. The power of your voice. Remember, we talked about the power of the tongue. Your voice has power to banish things out. So if you're in a place that you don't have no herbs, speak what you want to leave out. I cast it away. Remove all. Clap it. Like there's a reason why churches get real loud and they trying to when they start to cast the devil out, it gets real loud. Certain spirits can't handle certain sounds, certain frequencies. So use the power of your voice to cast things out. That's a way to protect yourself. Your voice. Your hands, sounds, like don't let people shame you for snapping your fingers or like snapping your gums. Like do what you need to do to cast bad energy out. Your hands are another way to do that. So just be very, 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 very mindful of that so that you can I just blocked her. So that you can like I don't know. We might have needed that paragraph before Jackie, just because, yeah. Um, use the power of your hands. That's an example of using the power of your hands. So to cast I don't have no sense today. I just want y'all to know that. To cast away certain things. Shakers, any sound things, like noise, like that can get cast spirits out if you have run out of herbs or anything like that. I also that lady joined the live that you mentioned. And that's why I was like, we may have needed that paragraph. And I just blocked her. So, yeah, so that's why sometimes you gotta just speak it out, let us know. Let's say, oh, there's another thing that people say that too can work. Spoons are definitely powerful. That's another reason why they say shame the devil, speak the truth. Wait, I'm getting it. Tell the truth and shame the devil. Truth, voice, things of that nature can cast out negative energy. When you shine light on stuff, it can cease to exist, right? And sometimes you have to have those uncomfortable conversations, even if it doesn't seem like it makes sense. Like, just do it. Drums are big too for casting away spirits. Big way to communicate as well, but you can also use it to cast away. I meant to ring a lot of my instruments here that I use, but I'm trying to keep my cat out of here when I do live, so I wasn't able to get all of them. But that goes for sounds. So we talked about herbs, talked about sounds. Let's talk about solutions. One of the most powerful or the most popular, not powerful, in this thing in this diaspora is Florida water. Um, in my tradition, we use something called omiero, which is water with herbs, cleansing herbs that we use. Um, you can make them yourself. You can make your own Florida water by using some of the herbs that I mentioned, mixing them together, using your voice over it to talk about it over it, even sorry, charging it with different crystals, putting that in it before you cleanse or do whatever you need to do with it. Just know that when you make it yourself, it's not going to last as long as the stable shelf Florida water that is probably 90% alcohol. Yeah, the first ingredient in this thing is alcohol, not the herbs. But alcohol, though, can also be cleansing. And I mean OT, like liquor, not necessarily, but not to drink, though, to add into your cleansing solution. Um, Another thing could be cleansing clothes. So there's a lot of times Everclear, yes, to put into your cleansing solutions. Very good. That's a very strong one. Rum is another good one, like things with high alcohol content to put into your cleansing solutions. Hey, Mama, thank you for joining. So things of that nature. Like these are powerful things that you can use. In the alcohol, if you put it in there, it can help to keep it stable for a long time, a longer period of time. But anytime you're using like fresh herbs, please refrigerate it, please. Um, and don't even don't forget like the home remedies that our people may have made with vinegar and lemon peels and grapefruit peels, things like that. Cleansing solution. If you invoke over it, boom, you can cleanse your home, your space, whatever you're using it with it. Now, we're getting into a touchy subject because we're about to talk about clothes, right? And I am not shaming anybody here, right? I'm just, everything people share is a perspective. Use it or not. Take it or don't. Like I'm never one to be like, you gotta do this. No, you have to do whatever is in alignment and feels good and yummy to you and for you. Right? All I can do is share a perspective and from my own personal experience, and that is it. So, clothes. Of course, clothes hold energy. If you have some old clothes or somebody gave you something, or these clothes are associated with a particular time in your life where you were going through something heavy and you still got that on, or you still got that in your closet, let it go. Let it go. Um, if you have something that you were out and about with, for instance, I'll tell you a story. Tell you a story. Story time. So the day I left the cult in April of 2025, and I wanted to go no contact. Yes. And I wanted to go no contact. And I did my best to go no contact. This lady was like, it doesn't serve my humanity for us to go no contact, because the last time we spoke about this, if we got to a certain space, we promised that we would have a conversation. I was like, well, that doesn't align with me anymore. I don't want to talk to you. Goodbye. Right? I was very firm in my no, very much so. It's not needed, it's not necessary. Well, I know it's not necessary for you, but it's necessary for me. This is what she was saying to me. Don't care. I want to go. Bye. And I was still associating with the girl who was very so much so still connected to her, although she wasn't necessarily a part of the Elay/cult. And she ended up telling her where we would go, because I was helping her lose weight by being her walking partner and just being there for her during that time. And she let her know where we were going to meet up to go exercise. And I was like, I pulled up in the car. She was right there. I was like, okay, here we are. And I'm already a don't have a lot of close type of person. It's just how I am since kind of sort of being um kind of sort of being a part of the cult. It's just like things hold energy. So I don't do a lot of clutter. And so I had on these clothes, my favorite workout clothes, my favorite little workout jacket number, my favorite everything. I park. I notice this lady is right there. As soon as I park, she comes right in front of my car and blocks me in. I cannot leave. We end up staying there for over 3 hours, right? And we're going off on you. Like, I'm telling her to leave, please. I don't want to talk to you. She's like in my door, literally won't let move. Like, she's much bigger than I am. I can't just push her out. She's like blocking me from closing my doors, blocking me from leaving. I'm like, this is crazy. I'm forced to have a conversation. We have the conversation. Something happens. I trigger her. She's like, that doesn't work for me, blah, 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 blah. I have to call the police, all this jazz. She finally leaves for 3 hours of being in this parking lot of this park. And it was chaos. It was confusion. I called my mom and told her what was happening. And she was like, you need to throw them clothes away. And I was like, you're so right. But I love these clothes. I didn't care. I threw them away. Okay. Even the socks. That's just how serious spiritual attacks are. The next day, that lady texted my phone acting like nothing had happened and said, thank you for having the conversation with me. Thank you for allowing us to meet in the middle, as if I wasn't forced to have the conversation. Okay? So it's like that level of energy when you've gone through it, especially with people like that who do a lot of spiritual work, you have to let go of that energy. Even if they don't do a lot of spiritual work, the lady too was doing a lot of like touching my hair and my head when I was talking to her, right? And in our tradition, hair and head is very sacred. Like, my Ori is an entire Orisha, a personal deity. You do not be just touching people's head. And so, like, I even washed my hair prior to that. I would have took out my faux locks if I did not have just gotten them done. So it's like that level, though, of spiritual manipulation. She was trying it, all avenues to get to me, through touching me, through touching my head, like all of this jazz. And it's like when you go through something like that, even if you don't have a lot of, even if the person isn't very spiritual, even if they seem like a mundane individual, um, if y'all had a strong connection, or if it was just a toxic interaction, let it go. right? If you feel like you may have picked up on something, and no matter the amount of cleansing with these herbs or the sounds or the solutions we spoke on, we'll get it out, let it go. Wow. See? Yeah. No, people don't let people touch your head. But let it go. And so now go and we're gonna do an exercise. We're gonna go through our homes and our cars, like I said. But before we go there, I'm gonna talk about the colors of clothing. And this is where it's gonna get touchy. Okay? Okay. Right? Again, this is just a perspective. So just gonna tell you a story to make it make sense. Why we say this in our tradition, or why people say this in general. So, colors hold energy. We know that to be true. And there are a lot of people who associate wearing black to being protected. Okay. And I'm going to share that in our tradition, wearing light colors allows you to see if something has been placed on you that you would not be able to see if you were wearing darker colors. For instance, if I'm out and about and I know I haven't touched nothing, I know I've been just chilling, minding my business, I know I haven't rubbed up against anything, but I look down and my light colored garments are dirty, my white is dirty, then I know that I may have picked up something energetically that I need not have picked up. Like, it can let you know, like wearing light colors, wearing white especially, in crowded spaces, can let you know what energies you're surrounding yourself with. If it's a dirty energy, your clothes can and will get dirty. I have literally seen it happen and experienced it happen for myself. If I'm wearing black, that dirtiness can get attracted to it. And it's not like necessarily a cleansing energy. Like that dirt, first of all, I can't see if I have gotten dirty spiritually, if my clothes have gotten dirty. Two, um, the darkness can also the black colors can also attract more of that dark energy as well. Again, you don't have to align with that if you don't align with it, right? It's just a perspective. Um, but light colored clothing, especially depending on if you're a part of the tradition, I have to do this part because this is gonna go on YouTube. You never know who watches. But a part of the tradition of Isheshe, I know nobody here practice it, but people on YouTube, different crowd. A part of the Isheshe tradition is whatever energies you're surrounding with, you kind of want to be aligned with their color schemes. So there are some people whose energy is very heavily aligned with Eshu or Ogun. They have black in their colors. So Eshu and Ogun will protect them in that way with those darker colors. They can probably get away with it. I, though, am protected by Oshun and Obatala. Obatala color is white. He's king of the white cloth, literally. Right? And Oshun colors, the original color was white till she got into a situation of extreme poverty. I only had one dress, had to wash it over and over again, and her color became yellow. There's still a path of Oshun, though, that cannot wear yellow because it's a taboo, and it can make that person not rich if they're wearing yellow. So depending on what energies you have in your life that are protecting you, if you align with Isheshe tradition or Santeria or Lukumi, whatever your path is, you know that wearing colors is you have to be very intentional with it because those colors can help strengthen your ashe, or it can help diminish it. And for me, for Mandy Samosi, just want to be clear, not shaming anybody or condemning anybody, just for me, wearing dark colors has not been good for me. I used to be a dark color girl all the time. But for now in my life, especially if I'm doing something publicly outside, I can't do the dark colors. And if you're Omar Batala, chances are you cannot either. So that's those main realms. So we talked about the herbs, we talked about the sounds, we talked about the cleansing solutions, we talked about the clothes. Um, let's talk about the crown just a bit. It kind of ties into the clothes, but be aware of what you're putting on your head, especially because our crown is how we receive in our tradition, or how you receive goodness. Also, this allows you your ori is the only thing that can also allow negativity to come in through you as well. So if you're not taking good care, again, Misha, again, if it aligns with you, um, if you're not taking good care of your head, like making sure you're washing your head, basic necessities of washing your head, um, not putting anything dirty on your head, like not doing anything, um, even what you watch, what you eat as well can be detrimental to the energy that's on your crown. It can affect your spiritual hygiene. So your consumption is important too. And consumption is also a touchy subject. But I know that there are people who may listen to music. Like, I have to make sure I don't listen to downtrodden R&B over and over again because I have maladaptive daydream. And so I'll begin to feel what they're feeling. And now all of a sudden I'm heartbroken from a breakup and I'm not going through a breakup. So, like, just know how you work with music. Like, music is very powerful. Um, how are you, like, so there's some people, I think, Jackie, you may have mentioned that you, oftentimes when you work, you don't listen to music with lyrics. Very wise. Like, listening to music without lyrics is good. Listening to empowerment music, however you get it, if it gotta be from Ken the Man to Megan Thee Stallion, do that. If I call gospel music ancestor music, if you do it through that means, do that. But music that makes you feel good, in some cult. No, I'm not gonna say that. But is it dark purple or light purple? Okay, whatever makes you feel comfortable. Okay, if it makes you feel good, you wear it. Okay. Um, but yeah, so those are the things that we have to be aware of. Mm, mm, mm. Miss Jackie and her Papa leg butt energy too, but I ain't saying nothing. Um, but those are the things we have to be aware of and how we're getting our energy to come to us or from us. So our protection, I'm going to go through it again, can be our voice through prayer. Can be simple as that. Even praying into your head, your crown chakra, praying to your praying to your higher self is very important. Your source, your creator, prayer can be a source of protection, right? Your Ori and your ancestors are your first line of defense. Okay, your elevated ancestors, especially us in the diaspora, we have to be intentional what ancestors we're calling in. Our first line of defense, our gatekeepers, right? Our spirit guides, God, even our even sometimes we may create amulets. Like in our tradition, we have ilekes. Those can be your source of spiritual protectance. People have crystals, juju bags. Those can be a source of spiritual protection. I don't think I can wait till Friday. I just want y'all to know that. So if I text you after this, but those could be a source of spiritual protection. Mantras can be a source of spiritual protection. All of those things can be a source of spiritual protection. So it's important before I go into this meditation about our physical spaces. Thank you. Before I go into this space about physical protection, I also want us to be aware of the space of our energetic worlds. I mean, our electronic world, cleansing that. So a lot of times we talk about blocking people who may need to be blocked, who are coming in the live, who may not be on that good energy. Um, doing that. Emails. How many emails do you have in your inbox right now? Do I want to know? That is a energetic, that's energy, right? Like I have missed out on opportunities by keeping a chaotic email. Cleanse out your stuff, okay? Like cleanse it out. I know emails can be overwhelming, but you never know what you may be missing, or you never know what you may need to banish out, like block from your space. Um, because it's a part of spiritual hygiene. We have to know. We have to know. You can let in chaotic energy through that way, or you can also be um creating friction or tension from receiving good stuff from flowing in. So cleanse out your emails, your voicemails. One day I looked up and I had over 100 voicemails, and I was like, how did this happen? I mean, I know I never answered the phone, but like, my goodness, 100? Cleanse out your voicemails. I know there's bill collectors. I know it's spam. I know they call every day, multiple times a day. Cleanse it out, right? So arrange your apps on your phone in a way that makes sense. My medicine for me, I need to do that. Arrange your apps on your phone. Don't have everything scattered around everywhere, multiple different, gotta swipe this way, then swipe that way. You know how to do it. I'm down as well. But you know how to arrange your phone. I'm a tad bit on the elder millennial side. Like I'm almost this way from elder millennial, so it takes me a while to learn how to do certain things, but I can figure out how to arrange my apps. Text messages. Also, thanks, Misha. Thanks. Text messages. Cleansing those out. Old text strands of people who you got blocked. Come on. Money apps. I love that. I love it. Oh, and I have seen that people have people creating folders for their apps and putting affirmations there instead of just saying business. Like, so that is a great point, Jackie. Thank you for bringing that up. And Misha being shady. But old strands in your text messages, remove those things. People may have been blocked. They still in your phone. Remove those things. Um, there are certain what do I want to say, exceptions to that rule. Because, for instance, I have the cult leader blocked, but I have not deleted the text string because I need that information for proof. Because there is this consorted thing that's calling me a liar and saying I'm on a psychotic rampage. So I have proof my text messages. So you have to like use your discernment. But like if you're keeping track of abuse or things of that nature, you may need to keep the text string open uh, because of reasons. But photos and videos are another way that we need to cleanse out and delete. I don't want to know how many screenshots I have in my phone that need to be deleted. And so, or rearranged too. You can also put photo or folders in your videos. So, technology, your phone, especially since we use it every single day and it's on us all the time, it is now a part of our spiritual atmosphere that we have to be aware of how it may be affecting us. Like, I kid you not, the other day I had a dream and it was literally a text thread. I was texting somebody in my dream, but I just saw his responses, my responses, his responses, my responses. Like, so it's happening where technology is coming in our dreams and on that level. So we have to be conscious of how we are relating with it, what's happening there on an energetic standpoint. So I went through a lot. I said a lot. A lot has happened about spiritual hygiene and spiritual warfare, about how we can protect ourselves, about how all of these distractions that are happening in the news every single day can keep us from being present with ourselves. Yeah. So it's important to always be grounded. And our last thing that we're going to do is after I take this wiggle word, I'm going to take us to a meditation. And then we're going to write down. This meditation it's going to allow us to see and feel the different areas of our home, the different areas of our cars, if we have them, and the energy that lingers in all of those places. So, if you have your notebook near, please go grab it, because afterwards um, we're going to write down what comes up. And I won't be able to do it with y'all because I need to walk y'all through it. But yeah, I am about to start now. So get in a position that is comfortable for you. And just focus on your breath, your natural breath as it comes in and out. Observe it. Observe your breath as you feel it coming out of your nostrils onto your upper lip. Is it hot or cold? Just observe. If you're feeling any sensations in your body, just observe them. If there is an itching sensation, observe it. A tingling sensation, observe it. If you are even uncomfortable, observe it. Try not to move unless you absolutely have to. Just observe any discomforts in yourself. And however you're feeling right now, know that this is your baseline. So that as we travel through your home, your car, outside, and we feel any changes that may come, observe those as well. Or how you are right now is your baseline. If you're feeling completely at peace or numb, that too is your baseline. Just observe. Then to begin to feel the clothes on your skin. Observe your body and its interaction with them. Do you feel restricted? Do you feel free? Just observe. Do you feel heavier? Do you feel lighter? Just observe. Then begin to bring your awareness to your surroundings. How does it feel? Do you feel cluttered? Feel surrounded? Just observe it and hold the thought. I want you to observe yourself or imagine yourself sending your energy around your room and observing areas that you are in. Go to each corner of the room. How does the energy feel? Is it stagnant? Something that needs to be released? Something that needs to be rearranged? Resist any urges to write down and just observe. How does your body feel as you go to each corner? Your mind wanders, go back to your breath. And if your mind is wandering when you get to a certain part of your room, that could be an indicator as well. Observe. Go to the center of this room. Do a complete 360 and observe. What is simply lying around? What doesn't has a space but needs a place to be to rest? What do you keep moving from place to place? Just observe. I know that some of you may have been taking this call in your living room, but just go with me to your closet now. In your closet, where you have your clothes, your shoes, your underwear. Look through those things. Observe your energy there. Is it cluttered? Can energy flow? Just observe. What needs to be rearranged? What do you need to let go of? In this moment, release your attachment to it. How does it feel in your body? Observe it. If you were in your bedroom in the prior instance, go to your living room. If you were in your living room, go to your bedroom. Observe your body there. How do you feel? What sensations are coming up? Go to each corner of this room and observe your energy in each corner. What sensations are happening in your body? Remember, if your mind wanders in a particular space, that could be an indicator of the energy of that area. What may be keeping you unstable? Just observe. And begin to make your way to your kitchen. How are you keeping your kitchen? How does your heart feel here? Just observe it. If you have a pantry in your kitchen, place where you keep kitchen items, go there. Open up the closet, open up the pantry, and observe. Close that door. Make your way to the bathroom that you spend the most time in, or your showers, or you cleanse yourself, go there. Does this space give you an instant feeling of renewal, restoration, rejuvenation? Observe. Don't forget to peel back that shower curtain and observe. Now go to your linen closet. If you have a linen closet, go there. Any place where you keep your towels, revisit there. How does that energy feel? Your cleansing supplies. Just observe. Now, as you leave your linen closet, I want you to imagine yourself walking up to your door, your entryway. Just observe the energy there. Is there any blockage? Anything in the way? Shoes you leave there? A bag you refuse to unpack? Just observe it. Now go to your door and begin to open it up and stand in your entryway. How does your home, the inside of your home, differ from what you're feeling on the outside? And does your home feel like outside? Just observe it. And when you step outside and close the door, and do you have a doormat at your door? What energies may you be welcoming inside with it? There's a lot of trash linger at your door due to the wind, a lot of leaves, any obstructions. Now, I want you to go to your car if you have one. Notice the energy that's around it. Go in your car. Is there anything that's dirty? Something you got in there that you've been meaning to take out? Is there a lot of dirt on your car? A lot of dust? Now, slowly begin to bring your body back to you, sitting where you are, in whatever room you're sitting in. Just observe your breath. Your natural breath that's going in and out of your nostrils and your upper lip. Is there any difference between how you felt before and how you feel now? When you're ready, you can begin to wiggle your toes and wiggle your fingers. Get more into your body. And when you're ready, the, with your notebook and your journal, I want you to write down the things that you need to let go of and set up a plan to let it go. Hi, Mara. We just did a meditation of going to places in our home and in our cars. And now we're about to journal on what things we need to let go of and making a plan to let it go. 'Cause it's not just enough to just say, I need to clean it, I need to do this. No. By what day are you letting it go? When are you cleaning out that closet? When are you going through your clothes? So if you have the space, Mara, feel free to join in on that. And in about 5 minutes, I'll check in on y'all. No, mama, it's not a target to you. Everybody has things they need to let go of. Even me. I need to let go of some stuff and move some stuff around. Yeah, ignore my mom. No. Her house is, you know, and every time I go over there, I'd be like, "We need to let some stuff go." But stuff never gets let go, and then I come back, there's more stuff. But that's okay, mama. It is. Oh, goodness. So, 5 minutes is up. How was that for everybody? Do y'all have y'all plan of decluttering and arranging and moving around? I do take some stuff because it's like and you can never tell that I took it once it's gone. Okay, seriously, how was it for everybody? How was the meditation for everyone? Do you feel more clear on the energetic makeup of your home? I say. Beautiful. Making plans. Imma follow up on you Tuesday, Misha. Tuesday. But do you feel more clear on the energetic makeup of your home and your surroundings? Oh, wow. Good, Mary. Good to see we're on the line and wow me shut that. My biggest struggle when it comes to that part of it, like the physical home part, is the keeping things in their place. Cause I'm like, I don't want to put it back to where it belongs because I'm gonna just use it a few hours later. But I really do need to be more intentional about where I place things and n- not having clutter. like, in terms of it being left out. Oh, shame, mama. I'm happy. And it takes time. Remember, even though it's just physical things, all those physical things hold energy. So the simple act of cleansing out your space is energy work. So honor the fact that sometimes you may feel tired or heavy when you're doing stuff. Like, don't try to do everything in one go unless you can. Like, Tuesday is a while from now, so it's like you can do one room per day, boom, you'll be good. But yeah, be mindful of those types of things. Did y'all know Misha was in Pennsylvania? Was it only me? Okay, anyway. Um, like, I know today she mentioned something about Pennsylvania, a school or something. I really thought, oh well, anyways. Jackie. Oh, he told me my room is clean, but grandma's room isn't clean. He told me I'm supposed to clean grandma's rooms. Oh, wow. And 4-year-olds be knowing that age, they be knowing. I can't with Jackie right now. Uh, but yes. But this is the energy of this live. I'm not gonna hold this on much longer because some of us have some other things we have to tend to. And but these type of activities and more are gonna be what is in my course that I'm hosting beginning February 1st. Again, if you're interested, let me know. Don't let money be a reason why you cannot join. We will be going through a whole lot of information, be much more in depth about various different topics. And I do appreciate y'all for tuning in. I will see y'all Sunday on Sundays Live. It will be ironically another Ojo Jakuta day, Shango no Ya day. I do not know what's happening in the ethos for us to always meet on these days, but we will be meeting and we will see what's happened since then. Since today. So thank y'all. Thank you, Misha. And I will see you very shortly. Peace.